Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to reflect on a concept that might seem superficial at first, but on deeper inspection reveals itself as profoundly connected to the principles of Stoicism: the way we dress. The clothes we wear, the way we present ourselves, and the care we take with our appearance are not trivial or inconsequential matters. Rather, they are outward expressions of our inner state, our discipline, and our values. The Stoic philosophers understood this well. For them, the way a person dressed was not just a matter of style, but of character and virtue. Allow me to begin with a story from ancient Rome, a tale of Cato the Younger, a man whose attire was as much a part of his philosophy as his words and deeds. Cato, a statesman and one of the great Stoic role models, was known for walking through the streets of Rome in a simple tunic. He deliberately chose garments that were plain and unadorned, in stark contrast to the luxurious attire favored by his peers. While others sought to display their wealth through rich fabrics and elaborate designs, Cato's choice of clothing reflected his commitment to Stoic values. His style was not a pursuit of fashion or a display of status. It was an outward manifestation of the discipline, humility, and inner strength that he cultivated within himself. His simple attire became a symbol of his character, a reflection of the virtues that guided his life. Cato's dress was not accidental, nor was it a rejection of clothing altogether. Rather, his choice reflected his understanding that the way we present ourselves to the world matters. His decision to dress simply was intentional, and this intentionality is what we too can adopt in our own lives. From Cato's example, we see that dressing is not merely about covering the body. It's about communicating who we are and, more importantly, what we stand for. His humble tunic communicated his self-discipline and rejection of excess. Through his attire, he sent a clear message. He was a man of principle, committed to virtue above materialism. This story of Cato brings us to an important question. Why does the way we dress matter? From a Stoic perspective, dressing well is not about vanity or superficiality. It's about how we present ourselves to the world, how we express our values, and how we respect both ourselves and others. Just as a soldier's armor represents his readiness for battle, our attire signals our readiness to engage with life's challenges, to fulfill our roles, and to live in accordance with our principles. When we dress with intention and care, we show that we take our responsibilities seriously, that we are prepared to meet the world with dignity and purpose. Now, some might ask, if the Stoics believed in simplicity, why should we care about dressing at all? Shouldn't we reject all concerns with appearance as mere distractions from the true work of living virtuously? It's a fair question, and indeed, the Stoics did caution against vanity and extravagance. However, Stoicism does not demand that we be indifferent to all external matters. Instead, it calls for balance and wisdom. The Stoics taught that while we should not be attached to external things, whether that be wealth, status, or physical appearance, we should still give them their due consideration, as long as they serve our higher purpose. Just as we don't neglect our health because it is an external good, we shouldn't neglect our appearance because it too plays a role in our interactions with others and in how we fulfill our duties. There are practical reasons why dressing well is important, even for a Stoic. First and foremost, dressing well cultivates self-respect. When we dress in a manner that aligns with our values, we reinforce our own sense of worth. We remind ourselves that we are worthy of respect, both from ourselves and from others. When you put on clothes that reflect care and attention, you send a message to yourself. I am worthy of presenting myself well. This act of dressing with intention becomes a small but significant daily practice of self-discipline, reinforcing the Stoic virtue of self-mastery. Secondly, dressing well commands respect from those around us. People are more likely to trust and respect those who take care of their appearance because it signals self-control, discipline, and reliability. When we dress well, we communicate that we take ourselves and our responsibilities seriously. This is not about impressing others or seeking validation. Rather, it's about establishing credibility and showing that we are people who take pride in doing things properly. If we are careless in our appearance, it suggests a lack of discipline, which may lead others to question whether we apply the same carelessness to our work, our commitments, and our values. Finally, dressing well fosters discipline in our daily lives. Just as Stoics advocate for daily practices to strengthen the mind, choosing our attire thoughtfully each day strengthens our ability to make deliberate and purposeful choices in all areas of life. Dressing well is not a trivial decision. It requires attention to detail, planning, and self-awareness. In a way, it is a microcosm of the Stoic approach to life. Focus on what you can control, act with intention, and do everything with excellence, even in the smallest matters. When we dress well, we are practicing Stoicism in action, applying our philosophical principles to the practical, everyday choices we make. But there is more to this than just the practical benefits. Our style is a reflection of our inner virtue. In Stoicism, our external appearance is seen as a mirror to our internal state. When we dress with simplicity, humility, and purpose, we are not merely following fashion trends or seeking the approval of others. Instead, we are expressing our commitment to the virtues we hold dear: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Our clothing becomes a silent but powerful message, communicating our inner values without the need for words. It's not about the clothes themselves, but the attitude with which we wear them. Consider the virtue of temperance, which teaches moderation in all things. A Stoic, therefore, would avoid clothing that is excessively luxurious or flamboyant. But this doesn't mean dressing poorly or neglecting one's appearance altogether. Instead, temperance guides us to choose clothing that is simple, practical, and appropriate to the occasion. By dressing with temperance, we demonstrate our ability to balance the external with the internal, to enjoy the benefits of good attire without becoming attached to it. However, we must tread carefully. The Stoic must always be vigilant against the temptations of excess and vanity. There is a fine line between dressing with dignity and dressing for attention. Stoicism teaches us to avoid unnecessary extravagance, to shun the desire for praise, and to focus instead on what truly matters: our character. Our attire should be appropriate to the occasion, but never ostentatious. It should reflect our inner balance and our detachment from materialism. By avoiding extremes, we maintain our focus on what is essential, and we ensure that our outward appearance remains a true reflection of our inner values. At this point, you may be asking yourself, how can I apply this in my own life? How can I improve my dressing sense while staying true to the principles of Stoicism? This brings us to an important topic: practical steps to improve your dressing sense while maintaining a Stoic mindset. First, start by cultivating an awareness of your current wardrobe. Take stock of what you own and consider whether each piece reflects your values and purpose. Does each item in your wardrobe serve a purpose? Or is it there because of fashion trends or fleeting desires? Remove items that are overly flashy or that serve no practical function. Simplify your wardrobe so that it contains only the essentials. clothing that is functional, well-made, and timeless. Second, focus on quality over quantity. A Stoic approach to dressing emphasizes durability and utility over excess and wastefulness. Invest in a few well-made pieces that will last, rather than constantly purchasing new, cheaply made clothing that will soon fall apart. By choosing quality over quantity, you not only save resources but also ensure that your clothing serves its purpose for a long time. It is a practice in mindfulness and restraint, aligning with the Stoic virtue of temperance. Learn the basics of fit and tailoring. Clothes that fit well enhance your appearance and signal that you pay attention to detail. Ill-fitting clothes, on the other hand, can give the impression of carelessness or neglect. Understanding how clothes should fit, whether it's a suit, shirt, or pair of trousers, shows a level of discipline and thoughtfulness that is in line with Stoic principles. Tailoring can be a small but powerful way to ensure that your wardrobe reflects the care you put into all areas of your life. Fourth, consider the context and occasion when choosing your attire. Stoicism teaches us to fulfill our duties and responsibilities with care and intention. Dressing appropriately for the situation shows respect for others and for the roles you play in life. Whether it's a formal event, a casual outing, or a day at work, your attire should match the setting, demonstrating your awareness of the world around you and your respect for social conventions. Another key consideration is adopting a minimalist mindset. Stoicism encourages us to detach ourselves from the pursuit of excess, whether it's in wealth, possessions, or appearances. A minimalist wardrobe, built around a few versatile, high-quality pieces, reflects this philosophy perfectly. It simplifies your choices and frees your mind from the constant need to follow trends. Instead of focusing on accumulating more, a Stoic focuses on using what they have to its fullest potential. This mindset of simplicity is not only more aligned with Stoic values, but also brings clarity and peace to your daily life. Additionally, remember that dressing well doesn't mean you need to spend.